In this video, I'll show you how to install Docker on your Windows 10 or 11 computer. First of all, you have to ensure that you have WSL2 installed on your computer. Docker now officially requires WSL before installing Docker. Installing WSL is very easy. You have to have the latest version of Windows 10 or 11, and you just have to configure a few things like enabling Windows subsystem for Linux from control panel and then installing it with a command. I have a tutorial on how to install WSL2 on Windows 11. You can check out that video and continue with this tutorial. Once you have WSL installed successfully, you can install Docker very easily. First of all, let's check if WSL is correctly installed on my computer or not. So I'm opening command prompt, typing Windows plus R button and typing CMD and pressing enter, and then I'll type WSL list verbose. So it is saying WSL list of WSL instances. Here Ubuntu 24 is installed. The version is 2. So this is important. If you have version 1, you have to update the WSL version. Okay. So I hope you have it correctly configured. So let's move on. Once you have WSL installed, let's go to Docker desktop website. It is docker.com, and here open this website and you can go to docs, or you can just download from here. But if you go to docs, you will see details of the guide to install and start. So we are trying to install Docker for Docker desktop on Docker Windows, and here we have few options. Let's go with the Docker desktop for Windows. First one, which is the installer. Clicking on this, and it will start the Docker desktop installer. It will start downloading the Docker desktop installer on my PC. So it is around 563 megabyte of size as of recording this tutorial. So let it to complete. So our Docker desktop installer for Windows is downloaded. Let's open it with double click, and now it will start installing. Here the important part is use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V recommended. This is checked, and also this is recommended. Don't uncheck this, and also add a shortcut to the desktop as you wish, and clicking on OK. Now it will start installing. So installing this way will also enable Docker on the WSL instances like Ubuntu, because Docker desktop actually uses the WSL behind the scene. It uses a instance of WSL as Docker engine, and that WSL engine is internally shared with all the instances of WSL with an internal socket connection. So installing Docker desktop will enable Docker on your WSL Ubuntu, and it will make it easier to use there, because you will not have to use sudo command every time, which is required when you install Docker on your Linux or WSL instance. Okay, so installation succeeded. Do not click here, click on close, and now our installation is done. Okay, so let's open our Docker desktop, and it is asking for an subscription service agreement. Click on accept, and then it has opened and it is showing a welcome onboarding. Click on skip. So our Docker is successfully installed on this machine, right? So if I go to images, I can log in, and if I sign in, I can pull any Docker image I want, right? Let's open our command prompt once again, Docker version, and it is saying the version of Docker is 28. So let's open our WSL. Let's open our Ubuntu instance. So inside my WSL, if I type Docker version, it is also saying that Docker is installed there, right? So this is super cool. And if you want to start a instance, or let's say if you want to start a container and expose that on any port, that port will work as an external port for both WSL and your Windows PC. That means let's run a Docker image. So I'm running Nginx, and it is pulling the Nginx image from remote host. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you once again for watching. If you are helped with this video, if you have learned something, I would recommend to subscribe to my channel, because 97% of all my viewers are actually not subscribed. So that would help me a lot. If you